How do I get a literary agent? Because agents hold the key to getting published, it won't surprise you that this is the question I've encountered most often in my career. In my inbox, at conferences, and even out for cocktails, it's the one thing every writer wants to know. Unfortunately, I can't even get a response. Usually comes next. It's an increasingly common refrain. If you've selected this book because you want to know what it takes to break through to agents, editors, and readers, you've come to precisely the right place to get answers. Many of you are writing a manuscript or book proposal, and you're thinking about the next step. Maybe you have self-published or queried for months and painfully are not receiving any traction. Or maybe you are re-entering the marketplace, having been published years ago. No matter where you are in the journey, I have a plan that will guide you to becoming a recognized author. Whether you're writing a parenting book, a business book, a novel, a biography, a memoir, a book of humor, self-help, or inspiration, everything here is applicable to you. Getting signed by a literary agent is more crucial to success in the book business than ever before. As bookstores dwindle and shelves overflow with blockbuster bestsellers from already established authors, the playing field has never been so crowded for new authors trying to break in. If you want a book deal, you'll want an agent, because in this competitive landscape, publishers bet on what's already been proven to succeed. Most publishers will not even accept unsolicited queries from writers. They count on agents to be their gatekeepers. Literary agents are first and foremost deal-makers. We look to protect your fiduciary interests and intellectual property rights and ensure that you get your money's worth. But we're more than that. The best of us aren't just brokering a single deal. We're in it for the duration of your career. As equity partners, we are only successful if you are. For nearly 20 years, as a publicist, then as a literary agent, and finally as the owner of the boutique agency Lucinda Literary, I've guided books to publication with top publishing houses and onto bestseller lists. At our agency, when we sign a new author, we're never just thinking about book 1. We're thinking about books 2 and 3 and how those books can elevate and expand an author's career. Because there are patterns to success, I've assembled the blueprint. For all the things I've said 1,000 times to my clients, I found a shorthand that I hope will make the key points accessible to you. Publishing doesn't have to be mysterious. Shrouded in secrecy, its doors long locked to outsiders. Unfortunately, because there is so much need for information, a lot of misinformation exists that demoralizes writers, thwarting their chance at success. This advice is not only dangerously wrong in most instances, but it's confusing, and much of it is outdated, subjective to the agency or publisher, and espoused by authors and coaches, not the industry gatekeepers who make the decision every day of whether to take on a new writer. Most have not been in the trenches of New York bookselling, meeting with editors, or pitching to the media. But it's time to change the message and bust all the myths out there. While it can help, you don't need to have a connection to New York or with anyone in the publishing industry. You don't have to have an advanced degree or millions of social media followers, and plenty of agents take on first-time authors.